One of the most important things when you're selling on e-commerce or selling on Amazon FBA is the amount of experiments that you're taking. And a lot of people get stuck into the idea that just because somebody's made a lot of money that, it was just a linear approach to get that, so for every amount of work they put in that they got that much money out of it. And it doesn't work like that. So I want to encourage people with this video to think about more so how many experiments are you taking and how many lessons are you learning. So because that's going to be what ultimately determines your success. So for me, I had gone through just hundreds of different products going through retail arbitrage and some wholesale stuff, and I got to learn all of these different lessons about listings and got to try these different experiments and see what would happen to the price over time, what happens in these different supply and demand economics when a product is discontinued, like comparatively to what are the other products on the market like. There's just so many different lessons that I got to learn, and then I ended up going into private label, and I had already learned all these lessons, but still I kept continuing to experiment, and that's ultimately what led me to my success in that. And then now there's more and more opportunities every single day because I've acquired this large skill set and lessons learned from those experiments. So when going into this, I just don't go into it with a mentality of this is going to be my get rich quick scheme and that's it, because here's what's going to happen. All of these platforms are going to change over time, and what used to work isn't going to work anymore. That's just the way that it works. But what you will know is if you've taken a lot of experiments and had a lot of lesson learning, you will have knowledge and in that practical experience. And then what you can do is you can continue to experiment now. So I know a lot of people will say that Amazon is dead, you can't make money at it or whatnot, but those are people who, that mindset is assuming that you don't continue to experiment and to learn as time goes on. So it's not dead at all. It's just different. And everything will continue to be different. Retail is not dead. There are stores that are thriving in retail, but they're taking a different approach to everything. So continue to just think about how many experiments you could take, and then not only, so with these experiments, what's going to be the fastest and the leanest way to make these? So you have a hypothesis, just like in the scientific method, and your goal is to see what is going to be the fastest and cheapest way that I could test that. So you could go and get survey results from your friends and family, or post it on Instagram, or you could go out and you could do some Google AdWords, Facebook ads, see what has the highest click-through rate. You could do planned, you do Facebook ads the same way. There's just so many different ways that you can experiment, or even just throwing listings up on Amazon and seeing, okay, what's working and what isn't. Shopify drop shipping, there's ways you could test that to see if you could get people to even pay for it. There's endless ways to experiment, and just continuing to experiment the whole time throughout, you're going to figure out what works and what doesn't. So just the whole overall point of this is don't measure your success simply because of how many dollars you've made yet. More so, how many things have you learned? Like, you've got to learn all of the things about making proper listing. You got to learn all the things about having proper photos. You got to learn all the correct lessons about choosing products that work. Then you've got to choose about, you got to learn lessons about how to talk to manufacturers. These lessons everywhere. And when you don't even need to get all of them right, but you got to learn them all. And then once you get the minimum amount of these to go together, then it's going to kill it. So as the game gets going on, we have more players and there's more money to be made, more competition. You need to know more of these lessons to get everything right and to be successful. But you don't need to know them all, and it's not like all the success is to be had, because some people are going to become complacent and they're not going to continue to learn lessons. And what they're doing then, okay, other people will do that, and then it doesn't work. So then new lessons and new experiments have to be taken. It's just the way that capitalism and everything works as time goes on. So as long as you're willing to put in the work and try stuff that's different, and then also learn from those that are successful, germinate all the different ideas together and figure out your own way, that's how the true success is going to be made. But overall, there's so much of the pie to take that it's a pretty amazing opportunity, and just get out there and learn and continue to learn. And the only way that you're really going to fail is if you stop learning, you stop experimenting, you're going to stagnate if you stop learning. And then, but if you have nothing going on and you just stop learning, you get nothing going. So just continue to learn, and that's going to be the most valuable thing you can do for your business.